Yo, what is good, Blue Jays fans? We are live, and there is some interesting news from the Yankees, of all places. Their desperation for George Springer is unreal. One of the Yankees' needs ahead of the trade deadline is a right-hitting outfielder. Because of this, Toronto Blue Jays veteran is being viewed as a potential trade fit for the Yankees. Man, if we could get Luis Ariz, a hitting champion, all-star, a veteran, batting titles, like this dude has been everywhere. He was with the Marlins for a bunch of years. Then I think they traded him. I don't remember where, but Kevin Gossman will be making a final mound. Meanwhile, Varsho has been one of the best center fielders in the game over the past 4 seasons, securing 43 defensive runs saved. He's also got some pop and posted 3 seasons with at least 20 homers. Some other trade candidates on the Blue Jays who might interest the Phillies: Kevin Gausman, of course, Jeff Hoffman, and I'm hearing that Tyler Rogers is going to be made available. Ooh, the Blue Jays and Guardians. We've always had a great relationship with them as trade partners. We could trade Shane Bieber. We could probably get an MLB ready pitcher for Shane Bieber. I think he's got a lot more value than people think he does. We could try to make a deal for George Springer to the Guardians to pair him with Jose Ramirez. Varsho and Gosman could also be a great fit for the Guardians. Gaz is still owed around $7 million for the remainder of the season. Oh, that's nothing. I'm just reading based on what I hear from different MLB stories, anything like that. So don't take my word for gospel. Yeah, I want the Yankees to lose. I did hear from certain analysts that we could make Jesus Sanchez available. Sanchez didn't have a great first rehab game, but he did a lot better in his second one. How will you feel if he goes to the Yankees? I would hate for the Yankees to get any of our players, honestly. I would rather send these guys to a team who is better than what they are or what they have been this year, like Detroit. And I like what they're doing. I don't know if it's the smartest idea for them to trade Scooble, but I'm not a Detroit fan. No, bro, we can't let Stroud leave. The Jays and Varlin are like best friends. I get that. I love Stroud. He has great speed. I think his speed is a little underrated, and his defense is underrated. He's a really good bench piece, and when we need him to play, always available. Yes, defensively, I think that's why we got him in the first place. How great defensively he was with the Astros. And I was never on for trading Varland. I think we still have him on contract for about 5 more years. How do we feel if the Dodgers three? I would fucking hate the Dodgers three-peating, man. I gotta be honest. I fucking hate them so badly. They just anger the shit out of me every time I think about them. And they're making us look like idiots for trading Eric Lauer. Since Eric Lauer has been on the Dodgers, he's gone 9-0. I mean, I don't know what they did for him, but God, I wish we had him right now. We definitely were the better built team last year to take them down. Lauer has always been a great talent. I do understand how offering him lower arbitration may have given him some idea of us not valuing him. He was in a shitty situation from the jump, from when 2026 opening day started, because he was just in weird spots. Like sometimes he was a setup man, sometimes he was a starter, sometimes he came out of the bullpen. That would piss me off too if a team that valued me didn't know what to do with me. Should we fire John Schneider and the staff if we miss the playoffs this year? Or should we fire him if we are like this in 2027? Great question. I think for me, the leash got longer because we went so far into the World Series run. If we lost in the ALDS against the Yankees, I think maybe he would be fired. But since we went so far, that's why he got the contract extension. And I understand why people want Schneider fired, but it's not like he is going out there on the field every day and playing for us. Yeah, that's the weird thing about baseball. Like 1 year you can be on top of the world, and then the next you're back in 2024 selling off a lot of pieces. I wish I had an answer for the last question, but I don't, because I never saw this coming. I did not think we would be this bad. I thought maybe there would be a bit of a fall off, but not like this. I don't know if you've read, but this CBA BS, it's not looking good. Basically, the two sides can't agree on anything. And I would really like us to contend in 2027. I would love if there is baseball and it starts on time. Yes, after the lockout. Totally agree. I don't see how it helps anything. You didn't have to retract that message. Like, as long as I'm not being offended. But yeah, fuck the lockout. I'm not in favor of it. At first, I didn't know what a lockout was, but then I. Did you ever see who killed the Montreal Expos? It was basically a documentary about the 1994 season, and Vladdy Guerrero Sr. was on that team, and they had a real shot at um, being World Series champions, and it didn't happen because there was a lockout. And then in 2022, my subscribers only know me to make videos that don't really do that well. That's why I wanted to try this, because if I could get more views and more people would uh, watch my content, that helps me go further on YouTube's algorithm. Scuba to the Brewers to shut down the Dodgers. Yeah, I I would love that. I don't get how the Brewers, they're always over the top in the season, but they've always been a contender, but they haven't been to the World Series in so long. Dodgers shut down. Okay. I think the Brewers watched Moneyball too many times, and it worked for a while. Dodgers always. I know. They get away with so much because they have the most money, and they have one of the best farm systems, and that's why so many teams do business with them, because other teams know they're going to get great prospects. It's crazy because nobody saw us beating the Yankees. A lot of reporters saw us losing to the Yankees in the first round. And we went 11-6 in the regular season against them. And we had the bye week, whatever they call it. I remember when Buck Martinez, we weren't even playing the Yankees. I think we were playing Detroit or the Astros. And he said, Yankees, they're not a good team. If they don't hit home runs, they don't have a chance to win. And I it was funny, but it was true. Like, all they did last year, all they could do is hit home runs. And yeah, that's great, but you got to be versatile. And the Dodgers really exposed the Yankees by almost sweeping them for. They lost in 5 games, but yeah, it's baseball is really weird sometimes, and you never know what you're gonna get in a season, because every game can go either way. I didn't I didn't see us winning um, the ALDS. No, what? Man, I wish I knew. That's I've been wondering, like, why isn't he hitting home runs? What is it that is it something in his swing mechanics that he changed? The power doesn't come from the arms. It comes from the hips. Like the way you turn your hips, that is where the power is. His swing looks whacked out, and he should be hitting 30 plus pounds. I mean, I would accept 23 at this point, like he had in 2024, or 26, like he had in 2025, I think. I could be wrong about that, but well, we we didn't we didn't trade though. We let him leave in free agency. I did hear that we did meet with him after the World Series and the season was over. We did have a few discussions with him, but I don't think anything was serious about bringing Bo back. But yeah, I think that's what hurt us is we didn't bring Bo back because Vladdy doesn't have that protection in the lineup. Like he takes all the blame, and I'm not defending him at all because I've been very hard on Vladdy, and willingly so. The reason why I've been so hard on him is because I want him to succeed. It was a really stupid decision letting Bo go. And I don't get what the Mets expected by moving him to third base. Maybe in high school he played third base a few times, but when you go back to looking at his position in the minors, it's always been shortstop, or I think he did play second base a few times in the minors, but nothing immediate. But yeah, when I saw that they signed him and he was playing third base, I didn't get it. But Lindor was already at second, and who's their shortstop? I can't remember their shortstop. And he's never played first base, so all they could do was put him on third. But I thought that was the biggest mistake. Yeah, 3 are watching now. It's going between 2 and 3. I'm happy with that. And yeah, I find this funner than making those videos. Like, what is Discord? Is that another? Uh, is that on? That's on YouTube, right? I think. I know I've heard about Discord, but I've never done it, and I've never tried doing it, but I gotta look that up. everything that it entails. Um, but for now, this is good enough. I don't want any one of our players going to the Yankees or the Dodgers. But we do need to be open to taking those calls. I don't think Russ wants to do deals with the Yankees or the Dodgers. Yeah, yeah, I get that. And I think that's a big reason why we're selling. Not a full fire sale, but um, that's why we're selling the expiring contracts so they don't walk out the door for nothing. But I don't want to trade Tyler Rogers because he's been another one of the bright spots on this team. And I'm surprised he hasn't broken his arm because of the delivery. It's so unorthodox, and that kind of motion could separate somebody's arm. If we were buyers, we would have already bought Scooby before. Yeah. Yeah, I believe that. I think if this was last year's deadline and Scooble was on the table, I think we would have given everything up for him. And man, if we had him, we would have definitely beat the Dodgers 4-3. Because they're not a team that you can take lightly. I think we would have swept the Yankees with Scooble. Seattle, they were better with the uh, better in 2025 than they are now. It does, yeah. I I would rather have him go to the Brewers than Dodgers because at least then other teams would have a chance to win, even if it's not us. Other teams like the Phillies, who hasn't won World Series since 08, I think, and Chicago Cubs haven't won a World Series since 2016. I do like his fit on the Cubs, but I don't know what their needs are. I don't know when the last time Milwaukee Brewers won a World Series. One of those teams that you don't always hear from channels like Foul Territory and John Morosi or fuck, I'm blanking out, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. Definitely. Whatever we do, whoever we get, I know it's going to make us better for 2027. Even if we need to trade Tyler Rogers to get the most value out of him. I do believe that Tyler Rogers is one of the players who has the most value, and Springer. Even though Gosman is doing horrible, he's still got value because of how he was in the World Series run. I'm going to try doing this more often and see how it goes. Hopefully, more people will get the notification and be active in the chat. And we'll see how it goes.